As a psychologist who spent years working with individuals navigating everything from anxiety to trauma, I've seen firsthand how powerful the act of giving can be. But let's keep it real. Life can be overwhelming. We're juggling work, relationships, personal goals, and sometimes just surviving feels like enough. So when someone suggests adding volunteering or giving back to that list, it might feel like just another task. But here's the thing. Giving back isn't just about helping others, it's also one of the best things you can do for yourself. Welcome back to Savvy Psychologist. I'm your host, Dr. Monica Johnson. Every week on this show, I'll help you face life challenges with evidence based approaches, a sympathetic ear, and zero judgment. Let's dive into what research tells us about the benefits of giving back. Studies consistently show that altruistic behavior, whether it's volunteering at a local shelter, donating to a cause you care about, or simply helping a neighbor, can have positive effects on our mental and physical well being. The first thing that it can help with is boosting happiness and reducing depression. Research has found that people who engage in pro social spending, so this is spending money on others, report greater happiness compared to those who spend money on themselves. This isn't me suggesting that you go and spend money you don't have. However, I know many of us have fallen into the consumerism trap of getting the next Amazon find or similarly trending product. Based on these types of studies, it may make sense to find suitable ways to give back to others than it would be to buy another item that will just end up in a landfill in 3 months. Another study published revealed that volunteers experience lower levels of depression and increased life satisfaction. I often recommend to my patients that they identify a way of giving back that aligns with their values because of this. The next way giving back can be helpful is through reducing stress and lowering blood pressure. There is research that shows that those who volunteered regularly were less likely to develop high blood pressure. It almost sounds counterintuitive, but it works. The next thing I'm going to mention is purpose and belonging. When we give back, we reinforce our sense of community and belonging, which are essential for mental health. Psychologist Eric Erickson's theory of psychosocial development highlights this in the stage of generativity versus stagnation, where contributing to the well being of future generations is crucial for personal fulfillment. Generativity relates to finding ways to leave behind your legacy, however, that is defined for you. This could be through deepening personal relationships, mentoring, or volunteering your time, as we are discussing, to give back. The next thing is it reduces helplessness and increases empowerment. When life feels overwhelming, it's easy to slip into a mindset of helplessness, believing that our actions don't matter. Giving back challenges this narrative. By taking tangible steps to help others, we reclaim a sense of control and agency. Research shows that individuals who engage in community service report higher levels of self efficacy and empowerment. This shift from feeling powerless to recognizing your ability to affect change can be transformative, fostering resilience and a proactive mindset. So, why exactly does giving feel so good? Let's break it down. The first thing I'm going to mention, I'm going to call the helper's high. When we engage in acts of kindness, our brain releases feel good chemicals like dopamine, endorphins, and oxytocin, the love hormone. This helper's high can create a natural euphoria, similar to the rush you get after a great workout. So, if you're not much of a runner, find a way to be a helper. It's good for your heart too. The next thing I'm going to mention is a shift in perspective. So, helping others often puts our own struggles into perspective. It doesn't mean your problems aren't valid, but seeing the bigger picture can foster gratitude and resilience. It's a gentle reminder that even when life feels tough, we still have a capacity to make a difference. The next thing I'm going to mention is reinforcement of identity. Giving back can strengthen our sense of identity and self worth. When you see yourself as someone who contributes positively to the world, it reinforces a narrative of being capable, compassionate, and connected, all of which are protective factors against mental health issues like anxiety and depression. Now, I'm not suggesting you need to quit your job and dedicate your life to philanthropy. Giving back doesn't have to be grandiose to be meaningful. Here are some practical, manageable ways to incorporate giving into your life. The first are micro acts of kindness. Holding the door open, complimenting a stranger, or sending a thoughtful text to a friend. These small gestures can brighten someone's day and give you a boost too. I'm a Southerner born and raised, so maybe I'm biased, but never underestimate how far these acts of kindness can go. The next is to volunteer your skills. Are you a Canva queen? Can you tutor? Are you good at organizing events? Use your talents to help a local nonprofit or community group. This not only makes giving feel more personal, but also leverages your strengths. The next is to donate thoughtfully. If time is tight, consider donating to causes you're passionate about. Even small contributions can make a big difference and provide a sense of connection to a larger mission. Instead of dropping $20 on another Shein top when you have 100 of them, this may be a better use for that money that will potentially lead to a positive feeling in the long term and not simply in the short term when you get the buzz from a new package. The next is to engage in community projects. Join local initiatives like neighborhood cleanups, food drives, or mentoring programs. These activities not only help others, but also foster a sense of community and belonging. I volunteer at a couple different places where I work, and I am always looking for more. It's an incredible feeling to work shoulder to shoulder with others who share the same passion. One of the most beautiful things about giving back is the ripple effect it creates. When you extend kindness, you inspire others to do the same. This isn't just a feel good idea, it's backed by research. One study found that altruistic behavior can spread through social networks, creating a chain reaction of generosity. I recently saw a video about a kid who won football tickets and $1,000, and he gave the money away to others as an act of paying it forward. Moments like these are an inspiration. Now, let's get honest for a second. There are times when life is so overwhelming that giving back feels impossible. And that's okay. You can't pour from an empty cup. But here's the paradox: sometimes giving is what helps to refill that cup. It can break the cycle of isolation, shift your focus from what's going wrong to what's going right, and remind you that you're a part of something bigger. Giving back isn't about being selfless to the point of burnout. It's about finding balance and recognizing that helping others is also a powerful way to help yourself. The research is clear. Acts of kindness, big or small, enhance our mental health, reduce stress, and even improve physical well being. So, whether it's volunteering at a local shelter, donating to a cause, or simply lending a hand to a friend in need, remember that giving back isn't just good for the world, it's good for you too. Take care of yourself, and when you can, take care of others. You'll be amazed at how much brighter the world and your life can become. How are you giving back this year? I'm always looking for new ideas. You can contact me via Instagram at KindMindPsych or via my email at psychologist@quickanddirtytips.com. The Savvy Psychologist is a Quick and Dirty Tips podcast. It's audio engineered by Steve Rickyberg, with script editing by Brandon Getchis. Our podcast and advertising operations specialist is Morgan Christensen. Our digital operations specialist is Holly Hutchings, and our marketing and publicity associate is Davina Tomlin. Nathaniel Hoops is our marketing contractor. Follow Savvy Psychologist on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. That's all for this episode of Savvy Psychologist. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next week.